Hello, my lovely jubblies. It is good to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. All right, let's react to this. This is sent in by Christopher Langan, who says, "Hey, King Boomer. This is my personal favorite Horrible History sketch, Roman Come Dine With Me. It's a spoof of the show Come Dine With Me, where contestants host dinners for each other, then give a rating. Matt Bainton's portrayal of the teenage emperor as a posh brat is joyous." Well, I'm definitely game. I got it here. Here's a cheat code that I'm going to give away to you guys. If you ever recommend anything Roman, the chances are I might react to it. I'm a sucker for anything Roman or ancient Greek, you know? It's just, I don't know. I just love those periods of history. But thank you, Christopher, for sending this in. Horrible Histories. I think I did one reaction to Horrible Histories like a few months back, didn't I? I think so. I think they were outside of a castle or something. It's hard to go back and remember all the reactions that I do because I've done so many now. But sometimes people are like, hey, you should react to this. And then somebody chimes in, he's already done it. And then I'm sitting there going, I can't even remember doing it. So that does happen. More often than it did before now. So like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. And let's check out Horrible Histories. Come Dine With Me. Here we go.
Rotten Romans.
You might think going to a Roman emperor's dinner party would be fun. Well, think again.
4 Romans, 4 banquets, 400 courses. Yes, it's Roman Come Dine With Me. And tonight, it's teenage Emperor Elagabalus' turn to cook for his guests. But the young emperor's reputation has some of his guests nervous before they even arrive.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared, to be honest. Apparently Elagabalus is a bit crazy. Like, a friend of mine was invited to one of his feasts, and he made them eat live parrots. Imagine trying to swallow all those feathers. It makes you sick as a parrot.
And did you see that sign that popped up that said he really did this?
Like, a friend of mine was invited to one of his feasts, and he made them eat live parrots. Imagine trying to swallow all those feathers. It makes you sick as a parrot.
So how is the potty prankster planning to impress his guests tonight?
Well, tonight I thought I'd just do something really easy. It's easy because I'm not making it, my slaves are. What are you cooking?
Well, I'm going to do camel's feet with a scooped out flamingo brain and some nice stuffed snails. Then we've got the sow's udders, got the jellyfish. I'm going to do a dormouse, which is rolled in seed. And I've got the jackdaws, I've got horse meat sausages, and rotten fish guts, and
What is this accent that he's putting on? It sounds like French and Italian mixed into one accent.
cooked peas with little nuggets of gold.
That sounds like a really nice starter. What's the main?
Agrippina is the first to arrive, and there's a shock in store.
Oh!
Don't tread in those. Those are the guts of some people I had sacrificed earlier. Yeah, they're to tell the future. And the guts say... My pudding is going to be so scrummy you won't literally believe it.
Elagabalus goes to check on the food, while the rest of his guests have a snoop round the palace.
I wonder what's in here.
No, don't go in there. Please don't go in there. Oh, come on.
Oh! A lion! There's a lion in here!
I hid a lion in there. Random.
The guests who survived the lion join their host for dinner.
Tuck in.
Oh, that's rock hard.
That's because it is rock. I gave you both bits of wax and stone that are made to look like food, while I get the real food, which is actually really nice. How mad am I? How mad am I? Eat it.
Hold on a second. I gotta check something here. This is a Roman emperor I'm not too familiar with. He was Elagabalus. Definitely butchered that. Marcus Aurelius Antonius, better known by his posthumous name, Elagabalus. Elagabalus. And Heliogabalus. Roman emperor from... I butchered both of those, man. The Latin names. I get them wrong every time. Was a Roman emperor from 218 to 212 while he was still a teenager. Yeah, I imagine his reign would be very short doing shit like this. Yeah, not a Roman emperor I'm too familiar with. Yeah, like once you get from like 200 on, like other than like, you know, Constantine and you know, like one or two others, I'm not too familiar with them. His short reign was notorious for religious controversy and alleged sexual debauchery. A close relative to the Severan dynasty, he came to a prominent Syrian Arab family in Emesa, Syria, where he served as the head priest of the sun god Elagabalus from... Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm so bad at these names.
Okay.
No, Siri, I did not ask you anything. After the death of his cousin, the Emperor Caracalla, he was raised to the principate at 14 years of age in an army revolt instigated by his grandmother, Julia Emesa, against Caracalla's short-lived successor, Macrinus. That was Denzel's character, Macrinus, in that horrible sequel to Gladiator that should never have been made. He only posthumously became known by the Latinized name of his god. All right. So he's doing all this crazy shit.
Oh, that's rock hard.
That's because it is rock. I gave you both bits of wax and stone that are made to look like food, while I get the real food, which is actually really nice. How mad am I? How mad am I? Eat it.
Time for some scores.
Well, I slipped on human guts, I was attacked by a lion, and I was forced to eat rocks. So I'm going to give him a 2 out of...
If you give me a bad score, I'll have you executed. So
I'm going to give him X out of X.
sweet! And I got you a doggy bag because I'm so generous.
Thank you.
It's an actual dead dog. I'm so random. Stay in touch, yeah?
Dude. No wonder he only lasted 4 years. Surprised people didn't kill him sooner. According to the accounts of Cassius Dio and the Augusta, he married 4 women, in addition to lavishing favors on male courtiers. They suggested to... is that how you say that word? Somebody help me out. My education is showing. Saying these words. They suggested to have been his lovers and prostituted himself. His behavior estranged the Praetorian Guard, the Senate, and the common people alike. Amidst growing opposition at just 18 years of age, he was assassinated and replaced by his cousin Severus Alexander. Yeah, this kind of behavior will do that. The assassination plot against him was devised by Julia Mesa and carried out by disaffected members of the Praetorian Guard. It's always the Praetorians. They're always the ones who are like, yeah, enough of this shit. Let's try somebody else. Elagabalus developed a posthumous reputation for extreme eccentricity, decadence, zealotry, and sexual promiscuity. Among writers of the early modern age, he endured one of the worst reputations among Roman emperors. I'm actually, I'm surprised I haven't heard more of this guy. It's usually Nero and Caligula that get the most attention for being real pieces of shit. So I'm surprised. Maybe I have heard of this guy before. I just like forgot about him. But yeah, not somebody that pops up very often when you hear crazy Roman emperors, unless you're like super into that history. I guess maybe I need to. I really need a good. You know what I need? Maybe you guys can help me out with that. I really need a very, very good Roman history book of like the Roman imperial families and stuff. I really need something with that, some kind of book of that nature. That would be a great book to have. I don't know when I'll ever find time to read it, but because I haven't read many books these past couple of years. You can tell. But anyway, should we read some more of this? Because this is interesting. It was a good sketch. Yeah. This is, from what if I can remember the first Horrible Histories that I looked at, it looked like a very family-friendly show. So I'm surprised and the guts and stuff was like hot dogs and bean sauce, it looked like. So, I don't know. But it looked like it should be like the most family-friendly you could go with a particular guy like this. Modern scholars have questioned the accuracy of Roman accounts of his reign, with suggestions that the reports of his salacious behavior and sexual excess likely reflected a desire to politically discredit him in the immediate aftermath of his death, as well as reflecting Roman stereotypes regarding people from the Orient as effeminate. I mean, the further back you go, the more things are exaggerated, that's for sure. So, there's always arguments among historians of what they really did. But yeah, this guy, judging from this sketch, I'd say he was a real piece of work, and it's not surprising that they killed him pretty quick. I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. 4 years. If he's like that at 14... Oh, he was... Wait a minute. His burial says he was thrown into the Tiber. Where is his death? Hold on, I got to read about that a little bit. Sorry for the pause here. On the 13th of March, the emperor complied and publicly presented his cousin along with his own mother. On their arrival, the soldiers started cheering Alexander while ignoring Elagabalus. I'm saying his name different every time. Sorry. Who ordered the summary arrest and execution of anyone who had taken part in this display of insubordination. In response, members of the Praetorian Guard attacked Elagabalus and his mother. He made an attempt to flee and would have, I think this is somebody's quote here. He made an attempt to flee and would have got away somewhere by being placed in a chest had he not been discovered and slain at the age of 18. His mother, who embraced him and clung tightly to him, perished with him. Their heads were cut off and their bodies, after being stripped naked, were first dragged all over the city. And then the mother's body was cast aside somewhere or other while his was thrown into the Tiber. And I think that was a very disrespectful thing to do to anyone when they were killed, right? Was to throw them into the Tiber, which is the river that ran through Rome, if you didn't know. Following his assassination, many associates of him were killed or deposed. His lover, Hierocles, was executed. His religious edicts were reversed, and the stone of Elagabalus was sent back to Emesa. Women were again barred from attending meetings of the Senate. The practice of damnatio memoriae, butchered that one too, erasing from the public record a disgraced personage formerly of note, was systematically applied in this case. Several images, including an over life-size statue of him as Hercules, now in Naples, were recarved with the face of Alexander Severus. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, I think that was a very, if I'm remembering right, I think that was a very disrespectful thing to do someone when they were killed, was to throw their body in the river. So, anyway, very interesting stuff there. I definitely learned a lot from that. Now I gotta read up more about him. That's crazy. Anyway, Christopher, thank you for sending that in. If it wasn't, you know, incredibly funny, it was definitely incredibly interesting, that's for sure. So thank you. Anyway, I'm out of here. Much love, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care, everybody. Peace out.